I'm in the fellowship hall at Central Community Christian Fellowship here in Riverside. And one of the cool things about going to church together is eating together. And my friend Teresa Burns, she's taken off for a few minutes, I guess, to buy some more stuff. But she's cooking dinner tomorrow here at church. And she's cooking it today. She's been working on it for probably 2 weeks. And it's been so fun to watch. She's cooking a kind of big shrimp gumbo cook deal, you know, with shrimp and sausage and corn on the cob and potatoes all in, that kind of stuff. Plus she's got a tri-tip going on. It's $6 each. And then she turns around and she gives all this money. We've got 70 or 80 people signed up to be here. Plus the ladies of the church have put together baskets that you can put in a card and you can maybe win one of those baskets to raise additional money for the church. And people often ask me how we do things, and it's kind of like this. Our kitchen's not a big fancy commercial kitchen. It was so fun. I cannot believe I didn't get out this stupid phone. I had friends Robert and Brenda Burke visiting this morning. Bob and I have been friends since junior high school at Hill Junior High School in Long Beach, and then at Wilson High School, and reconnecting through Facebook and reunions and all that kind of stuff, and got to read his great book Through the Redwood Curtain, and you should read it if you haven't read it. Read about Arcata, California, and all the cool things that happened while they were up at Humboldt State. But I had the opportunity then to introduce them to Teresa, who was one of our very first friends when we came here to Riverside. And they're all three retired school teachers, and I was a former school teacher, so I got to listen to their conversation, listen to them talk. Teresa taught history, Bob taught history, and then Teresa loves to cook. She's cooking here, and Brenda had taught home economics and loves to cook, is a fantastic cook. And I thought about how fun it is just to get to do things together. I don't know what it is that you do together. I don't know where you're spending your life, where you're spending your time, but I can tell you what, if you begin to spend your time in the church with a fellowship of people, it may not be the biggest, fanciest place, because when I have friends come, I'm always having to say kind of like apologetic. I know our kitchen, people see Jackets for Jesus, they think it's going to be a great big commercial kitchen, and it's just this little tiny kitchen way over there. And they see our church and they I know you maybe were expecting a great big church, and this is the same little fellowship hall they built back in 1956. And we've just refloored it and repainted it and redone everything, bought new tables over and over and over. And then people always say the same thing. I don't know why you're apologizing. It looks awesome. I can't believe you get so much done in this place. All those Thanksgiving dinners, all those Jackets for Jesus meals each week, family dinners together as a church. And I'm reminded about what a blessing it is. I don't know what you're doing together today and what you're doing together tomorrow for Sunday. You could come be my guest. I know we already have about 80 people signed up. I don't know if we have room or not, to be honest with you, food. I don't. I mean, I really don't. But I know we've got room for you at church. I know we've got room for you to come to the services. And I know that I would scoop my dinner in front of you and might give you my chair if you came tomorrow. And I would love to have you come as my guest tomorrow. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day. But even more than that, whatever community you live in, whatever city you live in, on whatever part of the planet Earth, be a part of a church community, a church fellowship, a fellowship of faith, whatever kind of faith. Go give yourself to it completely. Obviously, for me as a Christian, I would long for you to know the faith that I have in Christ Jesus. But for each of us to be able to say, I want to begin to express my faith, not by myself, out in the redwoods, out surfing, doing something like that people always say, but instead with each other, sharing with people, sitting down, getting to know each other. Today's February 15th, more than halfway through our month of prayer. I've had the opportunity to be here each morning at 5:30. I've been praying for so many of you. And then each morning close with communion. One day, no one showed up for me. One day I didn't get to take communion on that morning. And I thought about how much I missed that element of my life in that day. Just the sharing of communion with someone else, with a brother, with a sister. I look forward to tomorrow. I'm preaching on the sacrifice of love tomorrow. And the gift that we have when we begin to sacrifice together to make life more wonderful. Because Teresa, for example, she's sacrificing her day to come down here and cook. My friends, Bob and Brenda, they sacrificed part of their day to drive all the way in to tell their friends the story of Jackets for Jesus and Siempre para los Niños, our orphanage. To be able to haul in, their car was packed. Their little Subaru was packed with jackets and clothes and all kinds of things that tomorrow night we'll be handing out on the streets. And the homeless will be warm. This is not a complex task. This is about us opening our hearts, us opening our homes, us opening up to each other, and accepting that at every point in life, we have something good to give, and that which we have to give is ourselves. The blessings that you have in your life today, they're not just for you, so that you can sit back and celebrate them and say, look how much blessing I have. You weren't meant to be a reservoir of wealth. You were meant to be a mighty river, going through the entire community, being a blessing to everyone who has the opportunity to touch your banks. Hey, that's how we stop being mediocre. And that's how we come to be that living miracle in the world around us. And I want you to be the miracle today. You're invited to come out tomorrow to the dinner if you live in Riverside, or if you live someplace far away, come on out. You're invited to come to church tomorrow. Come out and be a part of what's happening. You're invited to tune in on Facebook tomorrow. Come on out. You're invited to share with us. But wherever you live, there's a faith community waiting to share with you. Go and be a part of that which is nearby. Love yourself and give yourself to others so you can begin to sacrifice and let them know that the miracle is living and working in and through you. God bless you. Have an absolutely fantastic day.